got off my train coming into Hoboken. Another train just pulling out. So I forget how many tracks there are across, but there's a number of platforms. Yesterday was rainy. Today it's humid, so the platforms are wet. If I came here yesterday, there'd be a lot of rain coming through the open areas. But the canopies themselves do a good job of protecting from the rain. Since we're right near the Hudson River and the New York Harbor and its tidal, sometimes the water will seep up from under the tracks, and actually there'd be like little ponds here at the ends of the tracks, which is a unique situation. Alright, we'll take a look at the main waiting room in the station. Here's what the trains look like pulled up into the terminal. And there's one big board like this. It shows when all the trains are coming and going. Another train pulling in. This building here is like I think it's a substation that's just recently been rebuilt. They were trying, I think it was part retail, but it was damaged during Hurricane Sandy. It looks really nice here on the water side. There's New York Harbor, World Trade Center in Lower Manhattan across. I always thought this area should be open to the public, and maybe they're getting there. There's the famous clock tower telling the correct time, 20 to 8 on a Wednesday. So this area's finally been sort of fixed up. Let's see if it gets really open to the public. A lot of people here head for the path system, and then going this way is the Hudson-Bergen light rail. Just to show you where we are on the map, if you don't know, we're here in Hoboken. And you can take the path train either to Christopher Street in the village or over to the World Trade Center, as well as take the light rail up and down the Hudson. So this is over here to the left here, looking down, is where the Hudson-Bergen light rail comes in. It's kind of a stub end station, so the trains have to come off and then pull in here and then pull back out. So this area is a nice area to sit when you're waiting for a train and look across New York Harbor. It's such a great view. A lot going on here at Hoboken. It might seem unremarkable, but to me it's something to see regular amounts of passengers coming through the station. Remember during the height of the pandemic there'd be like 10 of us coming through. It was really something. So following the crowd, most of the people are going to be going to the PATH train, but some people will get on the ferry. The ferry is more expensive to go across. very wet here. These steps here, this used to be open, I think, and it would lead to the ferry. You could sort of see to upper deck of ferry boats, the sign says.
Attention, Hoboken.
This is the beautiful main waiting room. Here at Hoboken. And again, those steps lead up to the old upper level of the ferry terminal when the ferries used to be much taller, like the Staten Island ferry is today. And there's ticket windows, and there's bathrooms here too. I don't think that water fountain works anymore, but it's cool. This is where you can buy your tickets to the ferry. This is off limits, going up to the upper floor. And then you take this passageway to the ferry. Go through here. It's kind of on the dark side. There's a couple of slips that the ferries come in on. One goes to around the tip of Lower Manhattan to the east side. They call it the Wall Street stop, and then over here is the other ferry that goes to the west side of Lower Manhattan. It's like $7-8 each way. And people wait on the ramp. It kind of floats up and down. And the ferry will come in. They're smaller boats, like I mentioned, than like the Staten Island ferry is today. The entrance to the main waiting room from the ferry terminal area. And they have a bunch of historic plaques here. I've read them all. They're interesting. I'll take some pictures of some of them. So, another view of the main waiting room. It's really great. It's an old bank of telephones where they used to be. I always feel like the outside of the station could use some organization. You see all the people walking through here. They're going down the stairs to the path. They call this Warrington Plaza. I think it's a former president of New Jersey Transit. This is where the ferries used to come in at a lot of different docks. Now it's just two. So it's just a great looking station. But this is a little scene from this side. 1907 it says. This shows you office buildings, and there's a W Hotel down there. This is old cobblestone. It's been here forever. This is where employees park. And it's really neat the way the Lackawanna is lit up at night on the clock tower. You can't really see it that well right now. So look, there's always this fencing and stuff. It's just kind of hodgepodge. There's an elevator to the path. And this is all cobblestone, so it really slows people down when they're driving through here. And there's this bus terminal. So like I said, where is path? You'd never know that you were entering a grand station when you come in this way. We'll go back in there. It's not terrible, but it could be a lot better. Some of the older buildings, downtown Hoboken. I've never taken a bus from here. Guess you go there and get on. Bike parking. Here, we'll go out around the barriers here. We have City Bike in Hoboken. I just wanted to show you, this is the area. Again, this is the downtown Hoboken. And this is the area just to the north of the station. So you can see the end of the train shed here. There's the clock tower just to get your bearings. Train coming out of the station. So it's a whole network of tracks that gradually gets wider and wider going into the station. Can't really walk down here, you're not supposed to, so I'll walk back over to the street and we'll go to the PATH train. I should mention it's Wednesday morning and it's February 23rd, but it's warm. It's going to get up into the 60s today, so I'm just wearing a sweater today. So you can sort of see the green copper patina of the ferry terminal straight down. A lot of people are walking straight to this PATH entrance. I'm going to go to another entrance within the terminal to go down into PATH. They still have the old trolley streetcar tracks here. Never taken them out. Maybe it'll give some people ideas to return that to service. A lot of people walk here to get to the station. People go jogging right through the station because it's the route along the water. Alright, so some of these stores closed and restaurants closed during the pandemic and they've never come back. At the train shed, open air. Just wanted to show you one more thing before we go down into the PATH. And that's this area. Only employees can go up here. But it just shows you what people see when they walk the PATH. the peeling paint on the ceiling, but it looks grand, doesn't it? It'd be neat if it was reopened for something. This just shows the general layout of the station. It's like an east-west station with ferry terminals heading east across the Hudson. You come down the stairs, you take this little walkway tunnel down to the path trains. Here's the general layout of path. Alright, I'm gonna get on a train here.